On the channel, the great Udo Dirkschneider once sang, he's a breaker, he will take ya, destroying all around you with G.I. Joe Classified series Target Breaker.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a Target exclusive. We got the M.A.S.S device's own Breaker. But for all your Breaker needs and a whole lot more, better hit up Target. But for all your other G.I. Joe Classified series needs and everything else under the sun, hit up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code ADOFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. Got to get a deal out there. DJC has this for you Canadian viewers as well, so check them out. Tell them Kyle sent you, and of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. And Breaker, no stranger to the G.I. Joe Classified line, as we got Breaker with Ram Cycle a year ago, 2 years ago. What is time once again? A little bit surprised we're getting another Breaker, as, let's be honest, Todd McFarlane, can we be honest for a second? Breaker isn't one of the top tier G.I. Joes. He's no Flint after all. Now, we probably could have used another Flint repaint or a different version of Flint. I think we'd all agree on this. We're just happy we didn't get another Duke, though, I guess. That's true. We're all pretty happy about that one there. So we'd take another Breaker over Duke. But Breaker holds the distinction to be the first ever G.I. Joe figure I got when I was a little kid. And I remember not remembering his name because I was very, very little at the time. He was still in my Fig Fed playing with my Joes and stuff, but I was like, who is this guy? I can't remember who this guy is. Obviously, later on, I figured out it was Breaker. He had both broken thumbs on him. Hard times for Broker. He must have been a broker, huh? Breaker? Must have been a hard times for Breaker, like a mob hit or something. They took his thumbs along the way. I don't know what happened there, but that's the way it goes with your Joes when you're a kid, I guess. But cool to get this Breaker because it is part of the M.A.S.S device. I guess we're going to build out the whole M.A.S.S device eventually here. This is the start of the sub-series of the M.A.S.S device, I guess. And we're doing it here with Breaker. So it would be interesting to see where it goes. I always was more of a mainframe guy. I think that's just my age bracket. But I do like Breaker. What was that episode where they went to the other world or whatever? Like where the Joes were dead and stuff. That was a great episode. That was a great swing. I think it was a two-parter if I'm not mistaken. So Breaker had his moments. He had his moments, but he's got the M.A.S.S device this time around. Got one of the core functions there, of course, as we're completing to build that out. We also get an extra head with the bubble gum. I'm here for that. That's something different. Of course, we'll compare it to the last version of Breaker later on in this video as well. G.I. Joe Classified series. Big window, of course, there for autographs if you run into him. Alvin Breaker Kibby. Mr. Kibby. Never met a Kibby in my life I didn't like, and this is the only Kibby I ever met. So there he is. Popping away on some bubble gum right there. QR code on the side, which I've never used in my entire life. And on the back, jibber jabber down low. Plenty of jibber jabber to keep you busy. Then we got a little bit of explosions around him. It's a bad day at the office for Breaker. A lot of explosions all around him. Showing off his watch, showing off his little computer readout on his chest there. Getting it done is one Breaker. And Breaker, that's what they say. And I should probably cut the box open so I could, open it up. That might make sense. It is an unboxing after all. Let's go, Mr. Breaker. Spider-Man style instructions. Deadeye right off the camera. Packaging, nothing too fun. See you later. The old Breaker shuffle. Look at this. No twist ties. Oh, shout out Todd McFarlane right there. Breaker looking good. Look like he's going to break some stuff like a young Fred Durst is what he's going to do. But we do got some weapons in here. We got an extra head, which is an interesting touch. We don't get a ton of extra heads with the Joe team, as we do know. So we take them when we can get them, that's for sure. We got an extra taped in weapon here, though. We don't want anybody getting in trouble with these weapons, of course. And we got a little hose action. Oh, you guys know me. I was never a fan of the hose when I was a kid, be it with blowtorch or frag vipers or any of that kind of stuff. It just always seemed to get in the way. Dr. Mindbender, see you later, goodbye. They always got in the way of things. Always got in the way. But we're going to start off with the old M.A.S.S device piece here. The first of three. Of course, got to get the most out of your molds. You get the same thing. Change different colors. Makes a lot of sense. But it is the M.A.S.S device. We're going to build that bad boy out. Everybody's ready for a little M.A.S.S device. We know how that goes, of course. And then next up here, we get that hose. That black hose is what it is. Do you want to use it? Do you not want to use it? You plug it into the figure. Off to the races, or I should say the backpack there, right on the side. It just plugs right in, and then you plug it in there. So off to the races. If you want to use it, it's up to you. You got to choose your own hose adventure. That's what you got to do. Now, he does got his backpack here. Of course, he's trying to get some intel. We know what he's doing. All kinds of antennas out of the top in black. Got a big antenna there that does fold up and down and around there. You do got the hole in the back, so of course you can plug it in G.I. Joe style, of course, as we know how that goes. But it is a nice little backpack. A little bit plain Jane there, though. It is what it is. Diving into the weapons here, you got a little silencer. Is that what that is? Silencer on the end, got a little pistol here. So he doesn't got a lot of weapons here. He's doing more computer work than shooting, but if the chips are down, he'll shoot you in the head. That's what he'll do if he needs to. All black attack here. Seen this before. We'll see it again, of course. And you got to have a little knife. If your weapon gets jammed, you pull that out and you stick it right up somebody's throat, right there, like that. Whatever it takes to survive. Like a young Hank Jr., a country boy can't survive, of course. A kibby can't survive along the way. Then when you get a helmet here, looking good. You got kind of that bluish gray color there. You got the little microphone on the side. He needs that. He's communicating to everybody. He's keeping everybody abreast of the situations. We know how Breaker does it. And then you can plug in the other part of the hose. The hose plugs right in there. So you plug it in the back of the helmet there, like so. And you're off to the old races there. So you got the whole look ready to go, ready to take on Cobra. But now we're going to dive into the head sculpts here. 2 heads are better than 1, and theoretically you could switch any of these heads with the last version of Breaker, mix and match if that is your thing. Looks like a different version of Breaker, that's for sure. They used new head sculpts on him here. Looking very interesting. So he's got the beard going on, of course. So he's got brown hair. Just looks like a normal dude. Just a normal dude you'd see over at Walmart looking in the toy section. Probably the Hot Wheels. Probably the Hot Wheels. Who knows? But it looks interesting, I guess. It's just a regular old head. But the second head, more Breaker. Somebody could get this guy a comic book, but he's got the bubble gum. He's blowing the bubble. Now, I like this head better, but I feel weird displaying him like this in my collection. It just doesn't feel right with the Joe team. I don't know. I got everybody stood up, on a shelf. Maybe you do as well. Looks kind of weird if one guy's blowing bubble gum, doesn't it? So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm torn on what head to use. I guess I'll have to figure it out, but basically the same head twice. Do you like bubble gum or no bubble gum? Choose your own bubble gum adventure. I choose Big League Chew. Yes, Big League Chew. That's true. But looking good outside of that. Now diving into the body, he's got his Joe Com right there on his vest. Got the big vest over the top. Got a spot for his knife up high. A kibby right there, E4. And then he's got his little computer so he can read all kinds of things. That does flip down on the vest there. Makes sense there. So he can punch away at some stuff if he needs to. Folds up and down there. Looking nice with the old vest. Vest is not removable. I guess it is if you cut it off, but it isn't removable. Does got the holster on the side right there, so you can't store his weapon. Always nice to be able to store all the stuff on the figure, of course. Nothing else too wild going on. He's got oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, I thought he had a spot for that silencer. He's got that right there. Suppressor, silencer, either or. But he's got a spot for that on the side as well. So you can store everything on him except his extra head. I guess you can lug that extra head around if you wanted to. And I guess the M.A.S.S device, he has to carry that around as well. 2 trigger hands out of the package right here. No extra hands with him. He does got his watch going on there so he can keep time, of course. Arms all the way around for us. Does got a little bit of butterfly in there. Bicep cut. Double jointed. Pinless elbows. Playing all the hits. Take notes, Todd McFarlane. Hands back forth, side to side. Head back forth, side to side. Removable. Ab crunch in there, yep, plus waist articulation. Got those big old splits if you do need them. And of course, got those drop down hips if you need them. Thigh cut, nicely held in by hidden by the straps in there with the pouches. Looking very good. Double jointed, pinless knees. The hits keep on being played. Boots back and forth, side to side, up, down with the ankles. Ready to go with old Breaker. And then made in China for Breaker. He's a China guy. He's a made in China, as we see right there. And he should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle to, of course, save 10%. But Breaker, not a bad piece of business. But me personally, and maybe you watching, maybe you, one of you two back there watching, I'm all for repaints or re-releases and new versions of classic characters. I don't know if Breaker steals a lot of hearts in the grand pantheon of thing. I think there's a lot of characters we would have liked to seen before this. Now, we just noticed recently Hasbro did say, hey, mainframe's coming, sci-fi's coming, wetsuit's coming. I would have put any of those guys up ahead of Breaker. They should have skipped the line in front of Breaker. Breaker, pretty plain Jane. I'm not against it, of course. I'm not against it, but I just feel like I would have rather had a different character, a newer character. But it is what it is, and I think we're going to see as the Joe line continues to grow, and believe you me, it's growing. We keep adding characters. We're going to add a lot of the classic characters. Even the Breakers will get a new lease on life and re-released. I don't know if it'll be to the extent of Star Wars with the Black Series getting Luke, Darth Vader, all the usual guys all the time, but we will start getting re-releases of stuff, especially the iconic ones, like the most iconic ones. Flint, of course, Cobra, Commander, those two. Duke, I think they're done with Dukes, right? That's what you told me with your inside sources. They're done with Dukes, which makes sense. But you're going to get Flints on a regular basis. You're going to get Cobra Commander on a regular basis because people want those ones. It just makes all sense. You can't collect Star Wars without Darth Vader. You got to have Flint. You got to have Cobra Commander. Makes all the sense in the world. And it makes sense we got the other Breaker here to compare to. I guess you could pretend they're different characters. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them on different Joe shelves and just... they're the same character, different shelves. It works out. It works out. But you like him in green. You like him in more of the traditional grayish kind of blue. Choose your own Breaker adventure, but not a bad piece of business. But you're going to need him for the M.A.S.S device. He is a Target exclusive, of course, in the United States right now. DJC has him outside of the United States up there in Canada. But if you want Breaker, you want the M.A.S.S device, you're going to have to buy this whole kind of thing here. And I guess this works pretty good as a Target exclusive because not everybody wants the Breaker, so it's not everybody's going to be angry like if it was a Cobra Commander and he was only at Target or something. So that also makes sense as well, putting our business hat on there. But there's Breaker. Any thoughts on Breaker for you guys and gals out there? Is this a must-have for you? Is this something you needed in your collection? And which Breaker do you prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. All kinds of stuff over there every single day. Bonus content, your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is, of course, my podcast. New episodes each and every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for Breaker, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?
We're going to